Andrew Ettinghausen takes the Sharks out. Sharks fans have travelled right across Sydney. 78, they made a grand final. The last time, they've been there twice. They went out to Manly in 78. After a replay, there's tonight's team. No changes to that which was advertised. John Lang, the quiet coach, at the helm. And now the Magpies, when they're in a final series, for some reason or other, everybody feels they've got a share of it. Commonly called the rugby league battlers. That wasn't the case in the early 50s. They were the millionaire Magpies. Young Andrew Willis got them to the top 8 with a miraculous drop goal. Langmack captains. Rodonicus the coach, and that's Brandon Pearson, one of their big strike weapons in the centres. Beautiful weather in Sydney for the opening weekend of the Qantas final series of the inaugural Optus Cup. 20 became 8. Tonight it'll become 7. And there's the kick-off now. Off the boot of Healy. The Sharks and the Magpies. They're involved in finals football. Sudden death. Love this stuff. Dooley. Got a good quick play the ball on. Both markers were behind him. That's Howard. 9 is Lakeman. To the 30-metre line, third tackle, Langmack. Kangaroo Taurus back in the 80s. Playing game number 279 tonight and a knock-on. Great field position for Cronulla early.
And that's the beauty of this Cronulla team. They put pressure on with their defence. They are one of the teams in the competition. I don't think there are too many of them who can win football matches through their defence. We saw it when they beat Manly only weeks ago. And early in the game, they started on the right foot. Mitch Healy takes the ball from Paul Green from the first scrum win.
Healy there. Nathan Long plays it hard, plays it tough, plays it straight. Nick out. Treaster. Green. Dummy for Lee. Picks up Greenhill, the second rower. 20-metre line, centre of the park. They've used 3. Oh, misunderstanding between Healy and Donaghy. Good fortune for the Magpies.
A move gone wrong there by the Cronulla side, looking for an inside ball. Pearson beats a couple. BT cleans him up. A couple of mistakes early. Just a cold drop there from bustling Billy Dunn early, and that's good defence there from Nathan Long.
Bell.
Well, a high shot here will be penalised. Danny Lee is the culprit. Well, Langmack motioning straight away to the sideline trainer. He'll come out, and Lee, along with his captain Ettinghausen, join David Manson. Pretty strong run here from Paul Bell, taking it out, 42 from his own line, and then swinging up, did jolt the head back. That penalty will be sufficient. Interesting to see if he's placed on report. We'll get the news on that directly. The penalty has been sufficient.
Andrew leads. Takes the first penalty. Finding the line on the halfway. 2 for the Magpies is Darren Willis. 9 is Lakeman. Dooley in 10. 11 metres on the second. Face ball for Langmack on 3. 38 up. Georgialis. Willis on 4. Heavy defence from Cronulla. Howard.
Great play the ball from Andrew Willis. Despite getting hammered, he got it up very quickly. Last tackle now.
Now they go to the air. No, they don't. They go along the ground. And Nico is hit by Penalty against Andrew Leeds. He was there too long. It's as simple as that.
This Cronulla defence early has been just sensational. Nathan Long in particular has come up with 3 or 4 massive hits. And this is a case of Nick Howe's partly involved. He just didn't want to get up. He could have got up any stage there.
Penalties come level. Healy with the line finder on the 30-metre line. Davidson able to get a good ball away. Now they speed it along the back line. Healy back for Green. Dooley monsters Green with the help of Howard. That's him at marker again, the Englishman. On the 40-metre line for Cronulla. Lee. Langmack going up high on Lee, shutting down the ball. Long, the blonde-headed second rower. Ooh, heavy stuff there. Good stuff from Dooley.
And great stuff there from the second row from Cronulla to hang on to the football. Nathan Long.
5 is with us. Healy driving it deep into that corner. It'll roll away and find the line. 5 minutes gone. Big hit on Long here. Juggled it, took the impact and held it.
Yeah, he had every right to drop that football. He was under a lot of pressure. A fine job. Good kick there from Mitch Healy. Picked up an easy 30 or 40 metres, and it will be interesting to see how well the Western Suburb kicking game functions. Willie Newton has been halfback for the last 2 weeks. He's had the bulk of that responsibility. Andrew Leeds, he wouldn't want to be kicking the football too much tonight because he has that ankle problem. Wonder how Western Suburbs are going to cope with that.
Paul Bell already taken one high shot, carried back on the tackle of Nicow. That's Kennedy. Damian Kennedy to the 20-metre line, centre of the park. Dooley. Cronulla really intense in defence. Lakeman. Now done. The end of the road for either the Sharks or the Magpie. As 5 takes on 8. Now he's going to put a knock on Leeds. He didn't strike the ball with his foot before it hit the ground.
Great pressure there from Paul Green, the halfback from Cronulla. Got through on Andrew Leeds. It's the turnover now. It was the last. So again, the Sharks get the ball in good field position. Les Davidson offloads once again. Treaster in support.
The second time in the match it's been evident from Les Davidson, taking 2 and 3 with him and offloading out the back. State of origin player Craig Greenhill. And inside the 20-metre line. Green. Dunn got him and then Treaster supported. The number 9 for Cronulla's playing well in support. Long. Through for Healy. Banged away 12 metres out. Nicker. Green. Grabbing kick. Over the dead ball line. No interference on Green. 20-metre tap to restart.
That's one of their favourite tactics. The West supporters look on. They're defending pretty well at this stage, West, but that inside kick there, E.T. calling for it. They're just too much weight on that football.
Siri Lang. 7 metres. That's good yardage. Dooley. Wild speculator. Darren Willis is wrapped up by Tawira Nicow. No score in the opening quarter-final. 8 minutes gone. Played by Howard. Kennedy trying to break through and make the first clean break of the game. The kick by Leeds. Won't find the sideline. Matt Rogers. Well, the chase was magnificent from the Magpies. PG. The first time they've seen their own 20-metre zone. Long. And Priester. Lee.
And this is one of the real strengths of Cronulla, coming out of their own danger area. They pass the football a lot, but they take good yards. And that's a great ball to Barnett into space.
Peachy down the left. Support on the inside. Oh, they bombed it. 6 more tackles, though.
No, there's been a knock-on. Call from the touch judge. And the man who made the break is down injured in the background. Great ball from Paul Green.
Wasn't it just? Cutting out 2 and 3 players to Barnett on the fly. Last tackle, they take the option to run the football. He's got the ball in 2 hands. Cut out pass. Barnett looking on the inside. Green is there along with Peachy. And then that just touched by Paul Langmack. Eventually knocked on again. Western Suburbs, that was a real let-off. It looked like try time.
Darren Willis working with Bill Dunn. Dunn playing it a few metres on Cronulla's side of the halfway. Georgiala's on the run around with Langmack, and then they try to promote Leeds up the centre. Cronulla having no part of it. They read the play beautifully. Willis again. He's become a very mature young player very quickly, Andrew Willis. That'll bring it back to the 20-metre line for the tap or the place kick restart. Some of the chasing on the kicks has been brilliant, but then at other times it's been very poor. Particularly the chase on Mitch Healy's bombs, and he's let 2 of them go in the match so far. Neither has put pressure on Leeds. Dykes plays the ball for Peachy. And Pearce it is that strides out to the halfway line. Paul Green. Tawira Nikau. Dunn's in 11 with the headgear. Dykes. Davidson. Scandalis in 17 is on. Green operates on the blind side, puts in a neat kick, but Leeds. Well, Andrew Leeds is frustrating Cronulla with his anticipation. Lang. He should come into the play as much as possible, Asiri Lang. He's only handled a couple of times, but he's always able to make good yardage. Just outside the 30-metre line. Howard, a handoff, back and away for the 15, which is Kevin McGuinness. Some of these Western Suburbs players, of course, have not seen quarterfinals or semi-finals. The same applies with some of the young Sharks. I guess, though, the weight or the balance of power there would be with Cronulla when it comes down to experience. Barnett has played for the Kiwis.
Very interesting move by Tom Radonicus to put Kevin McGuinness on, basically in a hooker position or dummy half position. He's got tremendous speed, normally a centre 3/4. He might just cause a few problems around the ruck areas. A strong tackle there for Damien Kennedy on Danny Lee.
Green. Healy. Then Pearce. Good smothering tackle from Brandon Pearce, and he comes up with the football. The crowd weren't roaring about the tackle. They were roaring about possession changing over. Capavilla. 40-metre line. Scandalis. Who's going to break first? That's the question. This match is mounting enormous pressure. Kennedy. 25 out. Away from Georgialis for Willis. Floating pass. Into the centres and the lock. Langmack. Bell plays it. Got up gingerly. Willis puts up the kick. I think they're onside the Magpies. Matthew Rogers. That is beautiful. But he's ruled a line dropout.
Well, you won't see a better take than that one from Matt Rogers. He just flew. Good chases coming through. Great take. Rides on the shoulder of Andrew Leeds. refusing the bomb. The line drop out now to come from Mitch Healy.
If he was 10 stone heavy, you'd call him Tony Lockett. There was just sensation.
Leeds is with it. This is absorbing. Dooley attacks on the second play. 20 metres out from the Cronulla line. Something's got to give. Willis. 15 out. Big line to the left. Howard. Lakeman looking to the right. Oh, a shocking pass. You put second rowers in at dummy half as hookers.
Well, you can see semi-final football has arrived with a bang, hasn't it, Parramatta Stadium tonight? No doubt about it. You can play really well during the club season, but as soon as you get to semi-finals, you do tend to lift. You find something, another 5 or 10% that you haven't found all year.
One of the features of Cronulla this year has been their ability to keep other sides out relatively low against points against the Sharks. 268 points against them, 434 against the Magpies. By Jove, that looked high and the whistle has sounded. It's on the 15, Martin Lang.
Yeah, Martin Lang was running the ball up. I thought he fell into it a bit myself. Dooley did go high though.
A nice introduction. His first touch of the football, Martin Lang. Very clumsy attempt from Justin Dooley. And David Manson again running out. The tackle was too high. Mitch Healy should find touch around the halfway line.
That's one thing about Manson though, Pete. He's very cool, isn't he? He doesn't make hasty decisions.
Very much so.
Steve Roach on the sideline. I know you wanted to comment when Kevin McGuinness was out there a dummy half.
Yeah, we were just talking a little earlier, you guys were, about Lakeman fumbling from dummy half. It was the second time he did it. When Kevin McGuinness was on, they looked a lot sharper. He passes straight from the ground, and Harvey Howard got a couple of offloads there, and his speed around that middle of the ruck really made Western Suburbs look the goods in the 10 minutes he was on.
Nick Howe playing it now for Cronulla. Just outside the 20-metre line, here's Nathan Long now. Just get the feeling that a couple of these forwards, particularly for the Magpies, are straining to keep up. Peachy, Green, Dykes. The fifth. Penalty in front. Penalty in front for Cronulla.
Yes, I think it was Paul Langmack, the man who was penalised for knocking the ball out. It was the last tackle, and really you can't give away a penalty when you've worked so hard for 5 tackles to keep the opposition out. He's the most experienced player on the paddock, Paul Langmack. And there you see the left hand goes in. He made the decision for the referee himself, and it's a gift 2 points for Matt Rogers.
For young Rogers, his father played in the '78 grand final for Cronulla. They take the first break. Cronulla, they break from the pack. 2-0 against Wests. So, Andrew Willis back down the ground, falling over after taking the kick off. Tawera Nikau brings it back to the 20-metre line. I'll tell you something Cronulla has got, and they switch them around at about an even amount of time, are the hookers. Trista and Dykes.
Well, the dummy halves.
Well, I've got reason to believe one of them is a hooker. Would you mind?
He does well, Adam Dykes, in there, normally a 5'8", but as Steve Roach was pointing out, McGuinness passes the football off the ground. There's no discernible change in rhythm with Dykes pulling into that role as Paul Green takes the ball inside 40 on the last tackle. Here is Dykes out of dummy half, and he has got a good kicking game, and just didn't get the bounce he wanted there. The ball accelerated towards the dead ball line.
Big in goals at Parramatta. Cherry Mesher. He's the suspended number 9 from West. We've only seen Eddinghausen with the ball in his hands, I think, once. That doesn't mean that he's not doing anything. Langmack. McGuinness floating it away for Kennedy. Kennedy! He's inside the 20. They got him. Chance now. It's in for try. The Magpies. They are over for the first try.
Beautiful stuff there from the Magpies, and Kennedy made the big bust. Good tackle from Alan Bateman. Tremendous pass from Paul Langmack, getting the second phase play going. This was an even better ball, over the top. The big right foot step coming up now on the fullback, Peachy. He's got good speed, hasn't he, Kennedy? Bateman coming from behind with Peachy. And then from the play of the ball, it was such a quick one. We freeze play there. You can see the space out wide. Cross here, straight through the gap. And that was a shocker. But Paul Bell gets the try.
Now Andrew Leeds converts the Paul Bell try. The Magpies are in front in the first quarter final. Beautiful stuff. Some great scenes here. I think more than any other quarter-final, this is the one that digs deepest into the emotions. The team that just got there. They suddenly take on a very big fan club. This is Bell. He was poleaxed early. He didn't know where he was. Kennedy hitting the enforcer, the destroyer so far. McGuinness is back on. Kevin and doing a fine job. The chase from the Magpies has been good. Rogers. Magnificent effort from him so far.
Not you.
Barnett. Howard's on the top. Bell is underneath. 6-2. The black and white side are in front. Danny Lee, arrest. Tree stop. Leeds is under it again. Look out, here they come. But Leeds stands his ground or flies from the ground.
Well, some good skill shown there by a couple of Cronulla players. Firstly, the off play from Nathan Long. It's rare to see him do that, but it was a good ball to Treaster, and Treaster got a good kick away, put pressure on Andrew Leeds, as he's been all night, safe as the proverbial bank.
McGuinness normally plays centre and wing. Willis, second man play for Leeds, and a bootlace tackle from Mitch Healy. Willis's kick is high and across, and Matt Rogers again running away, fielding it in the deep. Peachy. Under 5 minutes of the first half to go. Barnett.
The blocker Andrew Eddinghausen was always going to be a danger for Western Suburbs, but they've handled pretty well out wide.
Well, all the raps on Brendan Pearson is his attacking ability. Every time the Cronulla side have looked like making a break, his defence has been outstanding. They're not just tackles, he's really crunching them and leading the way for the Western Suburbs backline.
Healy. Leeds is going quickly across to take it on the full. Oh, Leeds is hurt.
Well, I don't want to come in too early, but I'm struggling to see why Nathan Long would be called out here. It appeared as though Bateman got Leeds in the tackle. Became airborne, Andrew Leeds. And he did have the fist down curl, but Andrew Leeds has fallen into it.
Andrew Willis finding the line. And this is his namesake. Darren to the 40. Dooley winding up. Howard, one of the finds of the season. Willis on a run around and then a dummy from Langmack. Now they're 35 out. Georgialis spinning it back into the middle. Pearson. Dooley flicking it out the back for Pearson. Chip and chase. Bounce is important. It'll be a Cronulla loose head.
He handled that very well. Richard Barnett is a concerned John Lang looking on, his team trailing. The good news is that his son has not broken the arm. It's a shoulder injury. Doubtful that he'll be back. Very cool play here from the winger. Doesn't want to touch it. Shepherd's Lang away from the football and gets his side the scrum feed and win.
You convinced he didn't touch that with his foot? Barnett?
I'll have to have a closer investigation.
We won't bog down on it.
Well, he got the result that he was after.
Oh,
anyway.
absolutely. I'm not arguing that, but I just thought I saw his foot come in contact with it. The very last thing that happened.
Real danger time now. Minute and a half left in this first half. So many points scored late in the half of football, especially at finals time.
Greenhill. His run ends on the 30-metre line. And he's lost the ball. It'll be a scrum.
And he's not happy, Greenhill. Some big defence. Some pushes and shovies in there now. Big defence from Paul Bell. He's seething.
Georgialis almost making the break. It required the lock forward, Nick Howe, to make an orthodox tackle. But if he doesn't break from the scrum as quickly as he did, Georgialis was in open space. Dooley. Cronulla surging in. Big numbers in defence. Referee Manson. He's not prepared to call half-time yet. Now he has. The siren has sounded. And the first half, the Magpie fans, they love it. They're in front by 4. 6 points to 2 at Parramatta in the opening night of the Qantas final series. Paul, who's going to win it?
I still think Cronulla can come back, Ray. They haven't. I don't think they've played that well. I know John Lang might be happy they've made a couple of busts, but when you make the bust in semi-finals, you don't get too many opportunities. You've got to make, you've got to go right on with it.
Sterlo?
Oh, I'm just happy to watch the second half, Ray. I think Cronulla will still win it, but the Magpies, they're making Cronulla earn it a lot more than many people expected tonight.
Steve?
I wasn't one of those.
Steve?
Well, I think Cronulla can go on and win it if they control the football a little bit better and a little bit more urgent.
Danny Lee then. First set of 6 for the Sharks. 38 metres away from their own line.
Well, Ray, you're not saying anything?
I rely on the experts, Peter. Davidson. Dooley picking up some loose ball. Western Suburbs then. A good opportunity early in the second half. Langmack. The Cronulla defence has been urgent since the start of this game, and it's still there, obviously. Harvey Howard is the man causing the trouble. Lakeman and Willis. Then Langmack. Now leads. Healy was waiting. And 5 gone. Willis for the kick. No. He runs himself, Andrew. This is Kennedy. Away from Howard, Langmack, and then for Dunn. And Dunn has left it behind him. Penalty to Western Suburbs. The ball was knocked out from Dunn's hands by a Cronulla player to another in an offside position.
And that
is the ruling.
That was the man, Craig Greenhill, in the offside position. Western Suburbs again on the last tackle. Going caution to the wind, keeping the ball alive. Dunn, well, he made the wrong move by throwing the dummy. He had two men on his outside. Damien Kennedy offloading. We might have seen Harvey Howard having a kick, but he offloaded straight away to Langmack. He's done with Leeds and Lang on the outside. It was 2-on-1 on the outside, but it came off the body of Paul Donaghy and Craig Greenhill, 8 metres offside.
Leeds just off centre. I don't like the way he struck it. And it's been taken in the end goal. Can they get it back? No, they can't.
Well, you take the chance there. If you catch the football in the end goal, you've got to get back in the field to play. What they've done now is forfeited 20 metres. Paul Green put the big step on, but Andrew Willis, along with Brandon Pearce, stopped the halfback getting back in. So all of a sudden, Western Suburbs on the first tackle will only be 30 metres out.
Leeds taking a buffeting. First time in the quarterfinals since 1992 for the Magpies. Dooley holding it out in one hand like a big claw. Howard. Gee, you've got to like what he does. Lakeman, Georgialis, Dunn. Billy Dunn. Pulled down inside the 20-metre line. Quick play the ball, Georgialis. Then Langmack. Langmack is put away. 5 metres out. 5 gone. McGuinness. Georgialis. Long pass. Willis. Pearson. Beautiful take by Kennedy. And Darren Willis. Darren Willis. He's over. The Magpies are in again.
And it's the last tackle play once again that has been so successful for them. This time it's got them points. Magnificent take from Damien Kennedy down around his bootlaces. A good football here. Steve Georgialis, the long cut-out pass. Willis onto a straight running Brandon Pearson. That was a beautiful ball as well. What about the take? Andy Reddinghouse having to come in and make the tackle, and the big leftward step from Darren Willis. Perfectly executed. Beautiful to watch.
Leeds 5 metres in from the Michael Cronin touchline. On its way, it looks okay. Yes! Oh yes! The Magpies by 10. And Cronulla takes us into the next passage of play. Dooley banged away on his own 20-metre line. 2 tries, both scored by the team from Campbelltown. The Magpies running it away with Kennedy and Langmack. And turning it across for Georgialis. And then a little fumble for Pearson, I think it is.
It's well documented that Cronulla last year's final series had 10 or 12 point leads against both Newcastle and Brisbane. And the shoes on the other foot. They've got to come up. It may have been Manly, not Brisbane, but they find themselves in the position where now they've got to come up with the kind of performances that saw them get beaten last year. Peachy now, they've got plenty of time to do so. They can't panic. They've just got to make sure that they don't make mistakes and put pressure on the opposition.
Donaghy. 15-metre run. Peachy. Greenhill away from Dooley. Bootley stuff from Lakeman. 11 done over the top. Treaster is 9 for Cronulla. And then Lang. Long, I should say. Galloping down inside the 30-metre line. Cronulla wide to the left. Green hesitates and then takes it back into the centre. Langmack holding on. Danny Lee, dummy half. Healy switching it. Eddinghausen into the air. Batted back down. And it's with Howard. Greenhill sliding into the tackle. The second tackle late. Dooley has taken a real battering tonight, but he keeps coming back. Georgalis. McGuinness. That's Ken, the elder brother. Underneath him, the 30-metre line. Paul Langmack in his 14th season of first grade. And Andrew Willis has been collared. Davidson. Eddinghausen.
That's evidence of what Steve Roach was talking about with Brandon Pearson in defence. He just didn't tackle Andrew Eddinghausen. He cleaned him up well and truly as Cronulla go to the back line. The run around with Healy and Green. Now Nicow up the centre.
Back and away. From Peachy to Lee. And they're down on the 20-metre line. Green. And then Healy. And a floater for Eddinghausen. A bat down for Greenhill. Back for Eddinghausen. Driving defence by Dunn. And then Healy. Green. Now Peachy. Got it away. Oh, McGuinness. Pulled down by Treaster. Had he have seen some space, that would have been interesting. Dooley again. Lakeman supports. Halfway line.
Can I change my tip?
Dunn. Georgalis. Bell. Bell! Former Cronulla player. Still going. 15 out. On 5. Georgalis. Wide pass. And put down and pull back in. And that's the turnover.
Exciting stuff again from Western Suburbs on the last tackle. Good cover defence as Alan Bateman had some pretty good meters to take a 20 out. There was a big shoulder charge put on out wide. Paul Langmack very slow to his feet. Nathan Long runs into a beauty from John Scandalis.
Langmack's in trouble. The trainer's getting him out of there. Nicow with a big run. Now Eddinghausen kicks into the centre. Leeds is back there. And again he cleans it up.
Oh, how good is he? Signing for life. West just giving what he wants. It was a Cronulla try for the taking there, but Leeds so reliable. Good to see Nicow bursting through out wide. Hasn't been enough of that from him tonight.
Langmack back on the sidelines.
I was talking to Paul Langmack before the game in the tunnel. He said, gee, Stella, I'm nervous. And then he just burst into complete laughter. Hysterical laughter. I don't think he was too fazed by this particular game one little bit.
Leeds. Rogers. Willis up the top and Pearson underneath. That hurt. That hurt Matt Rogers. Cronulla, though, they keep it alive. Dykes. Green. Nick out. Tried to unload a short ball and the Magpies are on it. Capavilla. Scandalous. Georgalis. Howard. Georgalis. Kennedy. Bell. Leads. The last. Willis's kick is too deep. So a 20-metre place kick to restart for Cronulla. Offload from Davidson. Peachy is with it. Working down the left. One to beat. Goes back in, failed. Beats the last line. Beats another one. Loses the footing and put away.
Yeah, Langmack got him with an ankle tap. Great run by Peachy.
But Cronulla, they've lost it, and a knock-on by the Magpies.
Well, that was amazing. Paul Langmack was on the sideline moments ago. He's come up with an ankle tap on that man, David Peachy, who was going to score a magnificent solo try. Pushes through the tackles, around Bell, throws the dummy on Lang, steps well before Andrew Leeds, but moves so beautifully. Bell falls off the tackle. Another miss there. Langmack got enough on him to put him on the turf.
Well, Langmack has gone to the blood bin. His left hand, I think it was, bleeding badly.
From that play, the ball, if there had been one Cronulla player on the burst on the left-hand side, he had an uncheckered run to the line. Here's a...
Green will go all the way! Paul Green scores from the scrum base. And Cronulla are back to 12-6.
They start their charge, Cronulla, and they've done it with a very soft try. Paul Green, good quick feed. Takes the ball out now. If he frees play there, if he'd have thrown the pass to his outside support, he'd have scored as well. This man is in two minds, and Green goes straight through. Siri Lang was in at 5'8". I'm not quite sure what that move was all about.
And the secret of that, the big gap there, was the fact that Mitch Healy was standing very, very wide, which opened it up. His opposite's got a mark up on him. Paul Langmack was off. I don't know who the lock forward was, either Kennedy or the other bloke, Capavilla, but they're not used to playing lock.
Matt Rogers. He's had a checkered night. Now he's right in front to convert. That he does. So, the new scoreline. Western Suburbs 12, Cronulla 8. 56 minutes gone. Back to the halfway line for the Magpies to get their house in order. Willis with the restart. Nathan Long bringing it back on the first tackle. Davidson. They come down the blind side. Donaghy. Green. Healy. Nickow's wide. That's him. Nickow. Inside ball. Peachy on the halfway line. Dykes. Green. Healy driving it deep and finding the lock. The scrum will come out to the 10-metre line for the restart.
All of a sudden, Cronulla starting to look like the football side that we know. The team that played so well over the last 6 rounds of the comp. Nickow's running strongly out wider. Peachy's coming into his own. And Paul Green starting to find the gaps. And West, well, they're walking to this scrum very slowly. I hope they're not running out of gas.
Big push in the scrum. David Manson wants it again. Pearson met by Eddinghausen, who was joined by Davidson. Now this will bring a penalty to Western Suburbs. Steve Roach, what's the problem with Paul Langmack?
He's got a dislocated knuckle that actually came through the skin. They've put it back in and they're just sewing it up, and he'll be back in about 5 minutes when they're finished.
Quick play the ball by Asiri Lang, Andrew Willis. 23, Andrew. His first semi-final. Scandalis. The captain is back, Langmack. Young Darren Treaster in his first big one. Howard.
He's reeled it back. Last tackle.
Georgalis away for Leeds. Came back off the Magpies. And he's given the penalty. It's against the Western Suburbs side. Adam Dykes. Treaster. 39 metres out from his own line. Paul Green. Support by Andrew Pearce. Danny Lee. Paul Green. Dykes. Now David Peachy. Peachy. Pulled down on the 20-metre line. Cronulla are in top gear. This kick is interesting. And taken over the dead ball line by the Magpies. 12 points to 8 then. The Magpies over the Sharks. So the line drop out. Will give the ball back to Cronulla.
Once again, that was great play from ET, because he saw that Leeds had been involved in the tackle on Peachy and told Paul Green to put it in. Here they go again, Cronulla.
Craig Greenhill. 20 metres out, knocked down by Western Suburbs marker. Now a knock-on has been found against Cronulla. Against Western Suburbs, this has been ruled. Now, Cronulla. Donaghy! Yes! Cronulla has come to level!
Well, he is the unsung hero in this Cronulla backline and team. Paul Donaghy has gone straight through the tackle. Young McGuinness. One-on-one, he is a very, very strong runner of the football. Underrated, pushes through, gets across the line, and you've got to say that in comparison, the two Cronulla tries have been very, very soft.
Well, what a kick. Keep in mind, if we are locked together, they go into another 20 minutes, and then they keep going after that if they're still level. Rogers got it nicely. It's straight between the uprights like a gun barrel.
Ah, yeah, Matt Rogers. Tommy must be so disappointed. They've hung on for so long, West. And Matt Rogers' father, he had plenty of those kicks in his career, Steve. And he handled the pressure well, and so did his son, Matt. But look at the fend. They've got a bit of a mix-up there, the West players. McGuinness wasn't up to it. And Donaghy, has he got Cronulla one step further in this Optus Cup comp?
Well, you'd certainly have to think so. 14-12. Inside the last 5. Les Davidson. Nicow. Now, Manson. He's got a report from the touch judge.
Justin Dooley being spoken to Tawera Nicow. He's grabbed his hair, can you believe that? That's what the penalty's for. There you can see the left-hand tug. Paul Langmack is absolutely livid with his front rower. You've got to say that Justin Dooley, it's a silly penalty to give away, but tough to go off at a bloke who's hit the ball up 25 times and made 16 tackles.
Pete, if you were a touch judge, would you run in if you saw someone pull someone's hair? Oh, tell me.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Exactly.
So the Sharks with Green.
It is a bad haircut to wear right there.
Pierce.
And now for Cronulla, it's not necessarily about scoring more points, it's possession. They've taken it inside the 20. Again, the in-goal area is the place to go on the last. They don't need to score points to win. They need to be at this end of the field. Nicow.
The last. Healy. Cross to the corner. Eddinghausen tries to fling the ball out. It comes down to the Magpies. Langmack. Scandalous. Willis. Knock on and a chance for Cronulla. Danny Lee. Dykes. Greenhill. 2 points the difference. Cronulla in front with a minute and a half to go. Green. Floating it out wide. Barnett is with it. Green. Looking to do it himself, and he does. Paul Green scores his second try. And this scoreboard is not now going to reflect the closeness of this encounter.
No, this is a game that should have been won by a field goal. That's how close it's been. That's the dejection of being so close but so far. Paul Green and David Peachey have turned things around in this second half. Peachey's running from his own area to get field position for them. And this little man here, one of the best number 7s in the game, and there's a host of them, but he's up there with the best. Small in stature, big in heart, gets the right hand out, gets his second try, and puts the final nail in the coffin against such a valiant team.
And they'll be so disappointed. Tom Rudonikas and his boys can take a bow what they've achieved in season 96. Don't worry about that.
He converts the try, and the match is all over. Cronulla Sutherland advance. Now we have 7 left. Cronulla is one of them. 20 points to 12. Green got 2 tries. Donaghy 1. All their tries in the second half. For West's Bell and Darren Willis. Matt Rogers kicked 4 from 4. Andrew Leach 2 from 3. Great opening match to the Qantas series. And the last thing they need to feel is that they let anybody down. the black and whites. Cronulla Sutherland, though, a side that I think some of those above them would love to have seen out of it tonight. They advance menacingly in the race for the Optus Cup.